Member Georgeou again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Mayor, this is another one where I hope we can avoid regret going into 2020. Well, we're in 2026. You rightly promote London as a living wage city, yet people working directly for City Hall are being priced out of our city. I've spoken to City Hall staff who say they're now facing the reality of having to leave their roles, not because they want to, because they do love working here, but because they can no longer afford to live in London and pay their rent and various other bills. How can Londoners trust City Hall to lead on fair pay when its own workforce is experiencing a real terms pay cut? And what will you do to ensure City Hall, its arm's-length bodies and contractors pay wages that actually allow people to live in London?
Well, it's good to see the conversion of the Conservative Party to tackling the issue of fair pay and supporting those who are suffering the cost of living crisis. We've been talking about this for a number of years now, about the cost of living in London. That's one of the reasons why, for example, I've frozen bus fares for 6 years opposed.
But I'm talking about pay.
Well,
I mean, I know you're all talk.
How does you think workers get to work?
I know you like to talk. What are you going to do about it? You always got an answer for something, always some clever, witty response. Come on then. What are you going to do about it?
It's like being 7 years old again in the playground with an inadequate 3-year-old to deal with.
Inadequate? That's outrageous. But anyway, carry on. Come on. What are you going to do?
I think we should put that to the vote.
Enough. Oh, definitely enough
so
from
one of the
Leonie Cooper. But right, come on. Enough chit-chat. What are you going to do?
So in the question asked by the member, he talked about the challenges about living in London. One of the reasons why it's a challenge is the cost of living. So to ameliorate the cost of living in London and the challenges, we've frozen bus fares. They're the cheapest in the country.
He's detracted from pay, Mr. Chairman. I'll leave it there.
And it helps the poorest Londoners get from home to work. We've also, by the way, since I've been mayor, increased 6-fold the number of employers paying the London
What does this have to do with City Hall pay, Mr. Chairman?
It was less than £10 when I became mayor, and it's now more than £40.
City Hall pay? He got a nice chunky pay rise.
The exchange in the Assembly exposed a growing gap between rhetoric and reality at City Hall, particularly on the issue of pay. While London is repeatedly promoted as a living wage city, concerns were raised that City Hall's own staff are increasingly being priced out of the city, not because they want to leave their jobs, but because their wages no longer cover rising rents and living costs. Rather than addressing pay directly, the mayor repeatedly shifted the focus to measures such as frozen bus fares, free school meals, and council housing, prompting criticism that these policies, while helpful, do not resolve the core issue of real terms pay cuts. The session also moved on to wider pressures facing London, including police funding, the rising use of the mayoral police precept, long-term budget shortfalls in the Met Police estate strategy, uncertainty over future PCSO's numbers, and concerns about the independence of safer neighbourhood boards if brought under direct Met control. In several cases, clear commitments were replaced with assurances that matters would be reviewed or responded to later. The discussion concluded with debate over travel concessions, where the mayor reaffirmed his support for the over-60s Oyster card and free travel, presenting it as a vital and universal lifeline for older Londoners, while drawing a sharp political contrast with those he accused of wanting to roll back such benefits.